Hello everyone, welcome back to the Undercut, and Lando Norris wins a fucking Grand Prix. Come on, have it.
It's about time.
Come on. Right. Big boy.
Hi.
3 talking points from the Miami Grand Prix. Go.
Lando Norris wins. Max Verstappen's shit. I'm joking.
Oh, so much to talk about.
Lando Norris win. Kevin Magnussen. He's a talking point.
He's a very big talking point.
He's a huge talking point.
He is 60
the
seconds
point.
worth of penalty talking point.
I think we just leave it then too. To be honest, we're not having 3 points. We're just having Magnussen. We're just having Magnussen.
We don't need anyone else.
No.
No, actually, I'm going to add a third one to that. Best race of the season.
So far.
Yeah. Best race of the season.
And that's amazing for it to be Miami as well.
I know, bro. Who would have thought
Miami's
that?
usually shit.
We've had some good races this season. To be fair, it's been a decent season in terms of racing. But, like,
yeah,
in terms of, obviously, most of the races have been good races because they've been battles for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. Max is always out in front somewhere.
Yeah. And
even in Australia, it was the same, but with Carlos.
Well, I mean, again, battle for first there was not a thing.
No, but the thing is, I think it kind of was.
There was a jump. Max, no one streaked ahead. Did they?
No, there was almost that strategy kind of.
Max was never more than 5 seconds ahead.
No, exactly. And actually, I'm going to throw this out there. I think this race could have been even better without the safety car. Because with the pace that Lando was showing, he could have soared through to Max by the end. But either way, if buts and maybes, Lando Norris wins a Grand Prix. I think it's the best race of the season. So many overtakes. That strategy battle for the lead. Obviously, we haven't Carlos and Piastri, which is something we'll talk about as well.
Yeah.
But huge.
It's just exposed.
Sorry, don't expose the trim like that. But big race. Anyway, driver ratings.
Are we doing that now?
We'll go straight into it, shall we?
I thought we were going to talk about Magnussen first, or are we going to do that
no,
through the ratings?
I mean, we're about to.
We'll go through the ratings while we talk through the people. Yeah.
But, yeah, so you get the results up.
I don't do well at getting results up.
My phone's like at 2%, so you have to get the
results. How do I get the results up?
F1.
F1.
But yes, it was a great race, and let's get into this. So if you don't know the way it works, essentially, we rate every driver 1 to 5, and basically 1 being an absolute stinking weekend, binned it, fucked it. 5 being there's not much more they could have done, or it's in asterisks, right? Because 5 can also be, they might have made a mistake somewhere, might have had a poor session, but overall, it's a great weekend, because we've had a few 5s that probably shouldn't have been 5s based off our criteria, but still, we've given them 5.
What do you mean?
Well, there's been a few times where we've been like, oh yes, Sainz has got a 5, Snowder's got a 5, and they probably could have qualified maybe a position too higher. But apart from that, yeah. Let's get into this, shall we?
Logan Sargent is your first guy. He DNF'd.
Yeah, so Logan Sargent, 1.
You're giving him a 1?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because this weekend has been the embodiment of why he needs to be replaced.
Right.
I do not rate him. And if there's one place he's got to turn up, it's got to be his home race. And to be quite honest with you, the race itself was poor. The qualifying was poor.
Yeah. I
mean, Albon didn't have a better weekend.
Albon didn't have a better weekend massively, was he?
He didn't have much of a better weekend.
No.
But at least Albon was in that pack. When it mattered, Albon was 13th, 14th.
Yeah, but Sargent wasn't that far behind before the crash.
No, but you say this every fucking... No, this is what I don't like about it. You say, I wasn't too far behind. It doesn't fucking matter. He wasn't there. Every single time I bring up how Sargent's behind, you're like, he wasn't too far behind. Yeah, but he's got to be there. That midfield is so close. Logan Sargent has to be there. It's a 1 from me. I've had enough. Logan Sargent 1. Okay. It's not good enough from Logan.
You make that sound like it's fucking groundbreaking. It's not.
No, it's not, but... No, but it's true.
Logan Sargent's a 1.
What are you giving Logan?
Why am I surprised? I'm giving him 1. I don't really care.
Yeah, there you go then.
I've had enough of him.
No, it's not good enough.
I've had enough of him. He needs to be replaced by anyone.
He really does.
Shall I apply?
Could probably do better.
I would have checked my mirror, Magnussen.
Who's next?
Albon.
I'm going to give Albon a 2.
He locked up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which was a huge mistake.
I would have given him a 3. I would have said he was middle of the park if he didn't make that mistake.
Would you have given him a 3 though?
Yeah, because
he didn't do well in the sprint. He got out qualified by Logan in the sprint quali.
Yeah, but he would have made it through to Q2.
For what?
But this is why he's getting a 2.
Yeah, but he didn't make it through to Q2.
He's getting a 2 because he's made.
But he didn't make it through to Q2. Why were you saying he would have? He didn't.
No, exactly. This is why he's getting a 2.
So why are you saying he would have?
Because I'm saying if he didn't make the mistakes, he would have got 3. Because he was in amongst the pack where he should have been, where you expect Albon to be.
If he didn't make the mistakes, then he would. I could fucking say that about anything. He did make the mistakes. There's no he would have. He made the mistake, so he fucking didn't and got out qualified by his teammate.
Yeah.
He got out qualified by Sargent.
Yeah, it's a 2.
At any point of this weekend, if you get out qualified by Sargent, it's nowhere near going to be a 3. I was never going to give him a 3 at any point.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if that lap time didn't get deleted, which got him out qualified.
Again, you're dealing in if, buts, and maybes.
Yeah.
He fucked up.
Exactly. But that's not the point. My point is that no matter what, right?
Your point is you're living in La La Land.
No,
whereas
fucking not.
if he didn't do something he did.
No, brother. What I'm saying is he was in and amongst the pack where Albon should be, where the Williams should be.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So what I'm saying is, I was gonna give him a 3, but he locked up, he fucked it. Any chance of points, if someone crashed ahead of him, it's gone.
The 3 was being way too late. He got out qualified by
2.
Sargent.
Yeah, but that's because he got a lap time deleted.
Because he fucked up.
That shows how shit Sargent is. If you have to have a teammate of yours have a lap deleted for you to out qualify them, there's something fucking wrong.
Yeah, but it got deleted because he fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he made a mistake. He's got a 2. We're agreeing here. Why are you coming at me saying, 3-2 lead? I'm just stating the facts, man.
No, yeah, I know. Right. But you're dealing in if, buts, and maybes. At the end of the day, he's made a mistake. If Logan made the mistake, you're not. If Logan hadn't fucking done a mistake, you say Logan's made a mistake. It's a 1. That's what you're saying. You can't say if.
But no, you're acting as if I'm giving him a 3. I'm not giving him a 2.
I'm not acting like that. But at the end of the day, he's made multiple mistakes this weekend. He got out-qualified by his teammate. It was never a 3, even if he finished where he
I'm creating
finished.
a social commentary on the situation, saying I would have given him a higher score if this, and this happened. Other than that, he was on pace and he was where I expected him to be. But he's got to because of these mistakes. Okay? It's a fucking podcast where we discuss how drivers could have improved and got better scores.
You've got high blood pressure already. Calm down.
I actually do. My blood pressure's really high, by the way.
All I'm saying is we don't deal in if, buts, and maybes. He fucked up. It's a 2.
Don't do if, buts, and maybes.
Exactly. So no more if, buts, and maybes.
No, but my point is...
There's no more ifs.
I'm creating
There's no more ifs.
No, we are doing ifs because we're a podcast. Okay. That's what we do.
All
we
right,
discuss.
then. If Lewis Hamilton was in the Red Bull, he would have won.
Don't be silly with it.
It's an if!
Fuck off. Who's the next driver? Who's the next driver?
Oh, can we just... It's Magnussen.
Right, who's the one after that? Right, do we have to say what Magnussen got?
No, hear me out.
If
Magnussen wasn't Kevin Magnussen and hadn't fucked up. Now, what if, right, he hadn't got them penalties?
Still would have been a 1.
Now, if Magnussen hadn't got them penalties, I would have given him a 3 this weekend because he was thereabouts with people.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was thereabouts with people. I would have given him a 3.
No, you've made a good point there. You have. He had a few good couple. You've made a good point actually. If Magnussen didn't fuck up and give himself the penalties, if he didn't force Hamilton off the track, if he didn't have that collision with Sargent, if he didn't, if he didn't make those mistakes, he was in and amongst the pack. It wasn't like he was too far behind.
Lewis, you're going to give me an aneurysm.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I can give the if about Sargent, but the matter of fact is, Sargent, no matter what, was still off the pace. Magnussen generally wasn't off the pace. Neither was Albon, right? So that's where you can give the ifs. But Magnussen gets a 1 because not only has he got a penalty, how many did he get?
5?
5? Man got 5 and
isn't he still under investigation for not
serving
a penalty?
Oh, I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he's done it. I don't know how he's done it.
Anyway, let's move on to Stroll, who only just finished ahead of Magnussen. Stroll, was that low down?
Stroll's a hard one because
Stroll was 17th. What?
He's out-qualified Alonso. He's been on pace with Alonso. He's been finessed by the strategy in this race. In the Grand Prix, he's been screwed over by the strategy.
All I'm saying is Stroll was ahead of Zhou and Oscar coming to the end. So what did we miss there? He had a penalty.
Yeah, probably.
No, he did have the penalty.
He did have the penalty. Yeah.
There you go. It's a 2.
So, okay, I'm gonna throw it out there.
It's a 2.
I'm gonna give him a 3.
He fucked up. He got a penalty and he's finished 17th in an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
His teammate's in the points, and he started ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, but he got finessed by the strategy.
He started ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, but he got finessed by the strategy.
Not that bad, because
He did.
Yeah, but you got to bear in mind his
did.
teammate Alonso came out of the pits. The car in front of Stroll. Did he or did he not? Alonso and Stroll were side by side, and you said during the live stream, Alonso's just jumped Stroll, so Alonso was in front of his teammate. So how can he be from behind his teammate to 17th?
That's true. That's 2. Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. No, but he did get screwed over by the strategy, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
He got a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bottas.
A 2.
He's been outdone by Zhou.
Yeah, he's been out. I don't expect. I mean, the Sauber was nowhere this weekend.
And he fucked up in, was it SQ1?
Yeah.
With Perez.
Yeah. He's been nowhere. The Sauber have been nowhere, so it's hard to judge him, but all you can compare him is to the teammate. And he's been outdone by Zhou, so no more to add there for Bottas.
No, Ricciardo.
3.
He started last, but compare him to Yuki.
Yeah, but he's had a brilliant sprint. He's had a phenomenal sprint.
That's a 5 sprint.
It's a 5 sprint.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
So I'm going to give him a 3. A high 3.
It's a high 3 overall weekend.
I can't give him a 4 because the race is where it matters. So if I'm picking between a 3 and a 4, it has to be a 3, in fairness.
Yeah, because he fucked up in the race.
In quali. Yeah, Yuki outperformed him in the race.
And quali.
But in the sprint overall,
he was phenomenal.
He was phenomenal.
One of the best 5s.
Oh, yeah, one of the best 5s we've had all season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 3 overall for Ricciardo.
Zhou.
3 for Zhou. Sauber were nowhere, but he beat Bottas. Yeah. Out-qualified him for the first time, I think, this season, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. There was a lot that happened this weekend, so we might have missed something, but I think
it's
Sauber
a 3.
were nowhere.
He was the lead Sauber.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, fair enough.
Oscar. Now, you're going to say
difficult.
Oscar's quite low down, isn't he? But it's not his fault. Is it really? That Science took out his front wing, so he had to come in and change front wing late, and he was stone dead last. So he's done well he's got, well, not Sargent, but he's got past Albon, Magnussen, Stroll, Bottas, Ricciardo, and Zhou, and I think he overtook Stroll before Stroll's penalty anyway.
Yeah.
So he's done all right.
He's done well. I'll give him a 3 this weekend.
A 3?
Yeah.
I mean, he was running second.
I can't give him any higher than that. He still hasn't finished in the points.
I mean, he out-qualified his teammate during the sprint race.
Yep.
Beat his teammate in the sprint.
Yep.
Over the whole sprint part.
Yep.
Level with his teammate in qualifying.
Yep.
Was second.
Yep.
Would have been in front of his teammate if it weren't for the safety car.
It's a 4 if...
And Science was the reason why he didn't finish probably third.
It's a 4.
That would have been a McLaren 1-3 today. I'm just saying.
Ifs. Go on.
You did ifs.
I know, but...
You said ifs were on the cards. That's why I'm going ifs.
They are, but the hypocrisy...
You said ifs.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm doing it because you said I can.
Yeah, but can you see why I'm saying? It allows us to talk about the fact that...
Lewis, you're dwelling on the if.
No, I'm just saying, you make a good point with Oscar. The if.
Yeah.
It's a good point because it isn't his fault, and he is running in a position...
Well, that's your difference between... Well, the way that FIA looked at it with Sargent and the Magnussen fault,
That
it
was a bit
Magnussen's
weird, wasn't
fault.
it? Apparently, that was a bit
Allegedly.
weird, though, wasn't
Now
it?
that's the one thing that I don't think was Magnussen's fault this weekend. Everything else, including
Logan,
him turning it up, was his fault.
I think that was Logan's fault, really. But no, Oscar.
It would have. It would have been definitely fourth. I bet 80% he would have beaten Charles third.
Possibly, it's a high 3. I can't give him a 4 because he didn't score any points in the main race, and it's why it matters.
But that's the only reason he didn't was because he was taken out.
I know. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
He was taken out.
Maybe he could.
He was taken out, and he had the pace of the front runners.
Maybe he could see.
And he overtook all of these people.
Had he maybe paid more attention?
You're being
to
harsh.
You're
being ridiculously
Maybe he
harsh.
could have avoided contact.
What do you mean avoided contact? He couldn't predict Sainz just not turning.
It does feel harsh, but I can't give a 4 to someone that hasn't scored points.
Well, you can when it's not his fault that he's not scored points.
All right, then. You know what? I'll give him a 4, a low 4.
It's not like he's the one that's locked up, gone straight on, and gone into a wall, is it?
He's
Another car has taken his front wing off.
He's had a good weekend, Oscar has. I'll give him a low 4.
You're being
Norris,
ridiculously
to be
harsh.
fair, though, Norris has had the upper hand on him.
Not over the sprint.
He did.
Norris
made
until
a mistake.
That's a mistake.
Lando was on pace with Max.
Yeah, he was on pace, but at the end.
Norris also has
Piastri was there. Piastri was there.
Yeah, Piastri was there. Go on then. Low 4 from me. Low 4.
Yeah. Pierre.
Now, this is a hard one because the Alpines are more in the mix. Obviously, they brought the upgrades as well, but at the end of the day, he's been outdone by his teammate.
He has been outdone by his teammate.
I think most of the weekend as well. He's been outdone by his teammate.
We weren't focused enough for the sprint, to be honest.
So we had a few bevs.
Yeah.
No, he's been outdone by his teammate, but it's not a bad weekend from Pierre. It's better. I'm giving him a 3. He's been outdone by his teammate though, but he's not too far behind.
In terms of the Alpine, where the Alpine is, that's a good weekend.
Yeah.
Finished 12th.
Maybe if this was a more consistent performance from Alpine, if they were roughly there most weekends, then it would be a 2. But the fact that both Alpines have managed to do quite well on the top,
from the top,
they're not. Yeah, then I would get. I can excuse a 3 from Pierre. But if he has more weekends like that where Ocon is consistently getting points and he isn't, it's gonna be a rough rest of the season for him.
Hulkenberg. No, he did get fucked up in this safety
I'm gonna give Hulkenberg a 4. He's had a very good sprint qualifying.
He did.
He had a good sprint race.
He did.
He's had a very good qualifying again.
He did.
And he was having a good race, battling the Mercedes until, well, he was never going to finish in front of them, but...
I mean, battling him a little bit too harsh.
The safety car fucked him up.
It did, and he got himself back up to 11.
It's a low 4, but Hulkenberg's ran a very good weekend, especially compared to Magnussen.
You can give him a 4, I'm going to give him a high 3.
Okay.
You need to remember your scores and write them down.
I know.
Have you written down all your other ones?
I have, sir.
Okay. Ocon. It's a
4. It's got to be a 4. He's outdone his teammate,
and he's got a point.
And he's got Alpine's first point, so
he's got a point.
You gotta give it to him.
it.
Maybe even it's a 5.
No.
Is there too much chaos in the race?
There was far too much chaos.
Yeah, far too much chaos.
It's not like
It's not like when Hulkenberg
the safety car helped him.
It's not like where Hulkenberg or Tsunoda's got a point on merit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Alonso.
3.
I'd give him a 3 as well. The race was phenomenal. He did well to get up to 9th from 15.
The race is a 5.
I wouldn't say it's a 5. I'd say it's a 4.
5. But he's been...
Again, you did say at the start, we've been lenient on the 5s.
We have been lenient on the 5s.
It's a 4.
But he's been out-qualified by Stroll, and to be quite fair, Stroll has been on pace with him most of the weekend. So...
Yeah, until the race.
It's just an average weekend for him.
He's had very poor qualifyings in both.
Yeah.
Russell out-qualified Hamilton both times, although there was literally side-by-side on the grid both times.
Yep, out-qualified Hamilton twice.
But he got out-raced by Hamilton twice. The Mercedes has had no pace all weekend. I just have to give him a 3. Yeah.
He's not bad. It's not a bad weekend from Russell.
It's done the job.
It's done the job.
He got outdone by his teammate.
But yeah, simple as that. Yeah, he's done the job for Mercedes. I can't give him any lower because he's scored points and he's done the job, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So it's fair from Russell.
Yuki, little Yuki.
I think.
Teeny weeny Lukey.
I think I'm gonna have to give Yuki a 3, on the same basis that I gave Daniel a 3. It's the other way round though.
It is the other way around. But the only thing that I would edge it, I would say, is Yuki's done it where it matters more.
How many points did Yuki get? Where did he finish?
He finished 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th.
So you got 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Ricciardo finish?
4th.
So you got
8, 7, 6, 5.
So there's only 1 point in it.
There is only 1 point.
And Ricciardo's managed to finish in front of a McLaren and Ferrari. So he's done it when it matters.
Yeah, but Yuki's managed to finish out of Mercedes, Aston Martin.
That's less impressive. No, just hear me out. You say he's done it.
I know.
He's done it when it matters, which is true. But there's only 1 point in it, and Ricciardo has managed to outrace a McLaren and Ferrari.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's sprint race, and again, we'll go to an if. If Ricciardo was 4th in the race with the pit stops and everything, Ricciardo wouldn't have finished 4th.
No.
I think the fact that it was a sprint race, there was no pit stops and tyres and everything, helped Ricciardo a lot during that sprint.
Oh, of course it did. Of course.
So,
but he's done well.
Yeah, he's done well.
I'm going to give him a 3 because he was absolutely outclassed by Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel
wiped the floor.
Daniel put manners on him.
And then Yuki's done the same to Daniel in the race.
Yeah. Okay. Hamilton, 6th. It's a 4.
It's 4 from Hamilton. It's a better weekend. He's not had a good start to the season, but this is his best race by far.
Yeah.
He showed his class.
His race, I mean, he got out qualified by George in both, but they were side by side, so it's not like a landslide.
No, it was a 10th or 2, wasn't it?
Wasn't even that.
There wasn't much in it. And he's outraced George. He's shown his class. He's used the tyres well. He almost, and by the way, credit to Lewis Hamilton. For a very long portion of the last stint, was very close to overtaking a Red Bull.
Yeah, and George wasn't even battling Yuki.
Nope, exactly.
So, yeah, 4 from Hamilton.
Yep, and he's arguably done the best overtakes today as well. Some of the best overtakes today. Very, very good moves from Hamilton throughout the race.
Perez in 5th.
Perez.
I don't want to be too harsh. But
now
he did almost wipe Max out at the start.
We base these off expectations, right?
He's in a Red Bull.
And currently the expectations of not just Perez but Max as well.
I mean, what saved Perez a little bit, you got to bear in mind, is Max hasn't won.
Yeah.
And Max hasn't won by a way. He was quite a way off first as well while he was at it. So I would look at it in terms of Perez was battling a Mercedes at the end.
I think it's a 2. Because Max didn't win, but I'm basing it off the expectations.
I think it was a 2 because he wasn't with Leclerc, Sainz, Piastri, Norris either. He wasn't with any of them.
You make a good point, and this brings up another point that I think we need to address.
Yeah.
We, I think, have been a bit too lenient on Perez this season. Do you know why? Because Red Bull have been so far out in front that it's been easier enough for Perez to be on the podium every race, right?
Should be.
But when it comes to crunch time and McLaren have the car to win a race, as they have today, and Ferrari are closer, Perez needs to be with Max to be able to secure the most amount of points. If this is every single race,
it's not good enough.
Red Bull don't win the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari win the Constructors' Championship simply because Perez isn't there and Max is getting beaten once or twice.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those situations. I think it's brought out the weakness in Sergio Perez.
Now, Perez and Hamilton both have the opportunity to move up to 4th and 5th after Carlos Sainz is being under investigation.
We have to stress that, by the way, yeah. They could move up.
They both could move up to 4th and 5th after Sainz has a potential penalty coming with the incident.
But whether Sainz has a penalty or not doesn't change that Perez should have been.
It doesn't change neither of them. No, but it's just saying Sainz. We're saying he's fourth, could be put down to sixth because of his mistake and his crash, which we need to remember. He's been outdone by his teammate all weekend.
What we haven't said Perez yet. Are you giving two?
Two. Yeah.
Two? Okay. We're agreeing two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sainz has been outdone by his teammate all weekend.
Yep.
He's made a mistake.
He's crashed into Oscar.
Could be sixth, while his teammate's third. He didn't look like he was putting any moves on. I mean, the start of the race, he looked a little bit quicker, but after the first 15 laps, he had nothing.
I mean, it's very nip and tuck because it's what you expect of Carlos Sainz.
You don't expect the mistake.
But, yes. So this is where I kind of stand on it. Based off our expectations, right? Obviously, Carlos has had a phenomenal season so far.
That's the thing.
Phenomenal season.
Like, if you base it off the previous races.
Yeah, it's obviously poor. But, in the grand scheme of things, on an average race basis, we expect Leclerc to be a tad quicker, right? But we expect Carlos to be close enough to, if something happens to Leclerc, he can pick up the pieces. He
wasn't far behind.
No, he was. If something happens to Leclerc, he picks up the third place.
Sainz was there.
Yeah, exactly. So, he's done...
Until the penalty.
Exactly. Is there a penalty? We don't know. So it's very touch and go. And you know what the issue with not knowing if there's a penalty or not is? I think I'd give him a 3 now, a very low 3. But if he gets a penalty, it's a slam dunk 2. I think that's where I'm standing at right now.
I think the fact that he's got a penalty potential, and it was a mistake, and he did take another driver front wing and cause them to go down while they were having a phenomenal race. I think I'm gonna have to give him a 2, regardless if he's got a penalty now or not.
That's fair enough.
I think
very much on the border.
You've got to give him a 2 with the fact that the penalty is there ready.
I mean, he's not.
He's not got it yet.
No, he doesn't have
and
it.
He might get away with it, but it is a costly error.
And he's scored decent points as well.
He has, but he's been outdone on all 4 sessions by Charles.
Yeah. Right, we'll give him a 2 then. Yep, we'll give him a 2.
I think if you don't get the penalty, it's a harsh 2. It is a harsh 2 if you don't get the penalty.
Yeah, it's a high 2.
I do think the penalty's coming.
I agree, but I'd give him a 3 if it wasn't, but I'm going to give him a high 2 just because I
think the penalty's coming.
Yeah, just because from where we're standing right now, I think the penalty is coming.
Charles?
It's a 4. It's a great weekend from Charles. To spin in the only practice session, and then to put it second in sprint, to have a decent sprint, put it second in quali again, to have a decent race, to push Max where he could. Obviously got overtook by Piastri, but that McLaren clearly was, I mean, dare I say, the fastest car this weekend. Got it on the podium. It's a 4 from Charles.
The only thing my initial thought is 3.
What more could he have done? It's not a 5, obviously.
I know I know what you're saying, and I agree with that to a point. What more could he have done?
What more could he have done?
I know, but with the expectations that we had going into this,
yeah.
I mean, he started second on both occasions. He lost out at the start. It's one of them. What more could he have done?
Not more. He couldn't have done more.
But the same is like all he has done is what we expected. He's literally done the minimum requirement of this weekend.
I don't think so.
I think so. Beat his teammate, check. Be thereabouts with the McLarens. Try and beat Perez, which isn't too difficult. He's just checkboxed it. That's essentially what he's done. And I think we are lenient, and I can see the 4. I can see the 4 there. It could just be me being very harsh in terms of...
You're being very harsh.
Yeah, no, but all he has done is checkboxed. Do you know?
Every driver...
Yeah, but I know, every driver... I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
What are you on about
And
then?
part of me agrees with you, but there's just a gut feeling it's a 3.
Let me... It's because he hasn't done anything special.
He's literally done nothing.
He's done nothing special.
Like, I forgot he was there.
Let me give you something that might convince you otherwise. Two things.
Two
things.
I know.
Two things, right? You know where we give Max a 5 every single weekend?
Yeah.
Is winning a race based on Max's expectations just not a checkbox?
I didn't want to give Max a 5 because he's won a race. Like,
yeah, but
you told me like I had to.
Yeah, because no, but this is what I mean. If he's on pole and wins the race, you can't give him a 5 because he doesn't get fastest lap. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Max it's been going on for that long that it is genuinely just a checkbox for Max. But it comes to a point where you go, you have to give him a 5 because there's nothing more he could do. Charles beat a Red Bull twice in qualifying both times. Had a decent.
That Red Bull's Perez.
Had a decent. That's Perez's fault, not Charles's.
Yeah, I know.
It had decent race both times. Managed to score a podium. Beat his teammate in all 4 sessions.
I know.
It's a 4.
I know.
It's simple as that.
I know.
All I'm saying is, if this was Hamilton, if this is Lewis Hamilton, you give him a 4. That's all I'm saying.
I don't. If the thing is, if Lewis, I don't know.
No, I do. If this is Lewis Hamilton, you give him a 4.
No, I don't know. And you know me, and I have been heavily biased, but I'm trying not to be. And you know how much I do love Charles.
I can't. You can't not give him a 4. I don't understand how you don't give him a 4. There's like, the thing is,
I don't know. I don't know. And I completely agree with everything you've said. I've just got a gut feeling of a 3.
What? Okay, right. So it's
leave
a 3.
my gut alone.
No, I'm not leaving your gut alone. So it's a 3, right? So you're saying 3, which means there are 2 more grades to give him. How do you get 2 more grades? What, he wins the race, he puts it on pole?
No, if he did something.
He did everything. He was at the maximum that he could put that car. He was pushing Max at one point in the race.
Well, he wasn't.
He was in DRS. He was as close as he could be.
For 2 laps.
Yeah, he was as close as he could be.
On a restart, he was in DRS for 2 laps, and that was it.
But either way, man.
I know.
You can't downplay it.
I think it's because the gut feeling of the 3. I think it's because he was just there. But I think he was there in 3rd, which is telling me 4. But it's telling me 3 because he had no one behind him and he wasn't close to the ones in front of him either.
That's fair.
And I think that's what I'm leaning to 3. I'm conflicted with myself giving him a 3.
That's a 4.
I'm not arguing that. You're making it sound like I'm being stupid and I'm not giving. I want to give him a 4.
Give him a 4.
But my hands won't let me type the 4.
You know what's not a 5 for me, for Charles? You know what makes it a 5 for me?
It's not a 5.
You know what makes it a 5?
It's not a 5.
You know what makes it a 5?
If he wins?
If he puts it on pole in one of the sessions.
That's not a 5.
And then...
That's not a 5.
No, you didn't let me finish.
What? And then what?
If he puts it on pole on one of the sessions...
Yeah.
And manages to beat Max Verstappen in the race, that's 5. But otherwise...
What if Max finished 6th? And
it's 5.
Charles finished 5th?
Yeah, well, that's circumstantial. No, but you get what I mean, right? So, how impossible would that have been? It seemed pretty unlikely that was going to happen.
Well, I predicted it was going to happen.
No, but based on what we've just seen, how unlikely was that to happen?
Yeah.
Very.
I know.
And you're giving him 2 grades below that.
I know.
So it's a 4!
You're making it sound like I don't know.
So it's a 4, man!
I know, but have you ever, when you've been asked something and you know the right answer, but you've just been conflicted with just a weird feeling? Have you ever had that?
Sounds like my sexuality.
Right.
No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. It's okay to... It was a joke. I saw an opportunity... Yeah, anyway. Carry on.
You have a fiance.
I do.
How?
I was a joke, man. I am engaged. Can't we joke anymore around these parts?
I know it's a 4, so I'm gonna write 4.
Good.
But I don't feel easy giving him a 4.
Don't understand that.
I don't understand it myself. Leave me alone. Move on.
You said it was hard.
Move on to Max. Just move on.
Wait, can I also say one more thing?
Don't dwell on it because it's going to annoy me.
I'm going to annoy you, right?
Oh.
You said it was a harsh 2 for science, which means you almost gave him a 3, and then you also gave Charles a 3. So that's to tell you all you need to know. There needs to be more that separates them. Let's move on to Max.
No, because they both checkboxed. Like, without the penalty, they both just checkboxed, which is both 3s.
Max.
3rd and 4th.
Max.
Yeah.
4.
3.
He put it on poll twice and won, and then came second. It's a 4. No, it's not.
Saying,
no, it's not. It's not a 3. It's not.
All I'm saying, he didn't smash the pole. He didn't smash the sprint race, and he did finish 7.5 seconds behind Lando Norris.
It's a 4, man.
I know it's a 4. I'm just being a twat.
Man's give Leclerc and Verstappen 3. It's 4, yeah. Right, Lando Norris 5.
4.
No, I don't care. He won the race. I don't give a shit.
Oh no, I don't know if that's recency bias.
No, I don't give a shit.
It's recency bias.
When it matters, he won the race, 25 points. And he fucking was phenomenal the whole time. He was quickest, right from the middle of the race. He was closing on Carlos Sainz, made 4 seconds up, almost passed him. Carlos came to the pits, pitted at the right time, still gained 7.5 seconds by the end of the race. And Max Verstappen was clear.
Just listen.
Clear.
Just listen. You've talked too much. You just ramble. Listen.
I'm listening.
It's the best 5 in terms of a race that we've seen. I'm not disputing that. Sprint quali. Of the expectations we had, he qualified 9th.
Yeah, mistake.
By his mistake.
Big mistake, yeah.
And it was his mistake. His big mistake.
Big mistake.
With the pace that he had, is that a 2?
Yes.
Sprint race. Got beat by Oscar.
Yep.
Didn't really come up. But did well.
Did well.
It's a 3.
Yeah.
Qualifying. And just beat Oscar 5th, where we expected him to be compared to everyone. Lost out both Ferraris, both lost out. So it's a 3 again. It's a 5 for the race. So it's 2, 3, 3, 5.
So it's a 3.75.
It's a 4. It's a 4. It's a 4 weekend. It's the 5 amazing 5 race, but it's a 4 weekend.
It's like 3.75 overall.
It's a 4 weekend. And I know you love McLaren. I love McLaren. I love Lando to bits. And that race was phenomenal. And it's recency bias. We've just watched the race and he's done something unbelievable. But if you take the weekend as an overview and you look at it all, it's a 4.
I agree. I'm giving it a 5. I don't give a shit. Lando Norris just won a fucking Grand Prix, man. I don't give a shit. Lando Norris is getting a 5!
He's got a 4.
He's getting a 5 from me. I don't give a shit. He's getting a 5.
Okay.
He's getting a 5 from me.
Well, Charles is getting a 3 from me.
But yeah, with that being said, obviously we're going to give our driver of the day. Who's your driver of the day? Or driver of the weekend, sorry. We do driver
Do you want the weekend or the day?
Well, no, it's driver of the weekend, obviously. We have to do driver of the weekend.
We do have to do driver of the weekend. My driver of the weekend... Have we had a 5 this weekend?
No. No, we haven't. I obviously give Lando a 5, but
it wasn't a 5.
But apart from
that, so this
no.
weekend, realistically, it's between Piastri, Ocon, Hamilton, Charles, Max, and Lando. I'm gonna give it to Lando for the race.
Yeah.
None of them. They're all thereabouts as a weekend overview of the expectations. They're all together, but in terms of that little bit of quality that was shown, Lando's shown that star quality this weekend out of all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have to agree. I was really hoping it would be Ricciardo as my predictions in the preview, and I was almost right.
Bottled the race
until he didn't do well in the race. It's a tough one for me. I think I'm actually gonna give it. I'm gonna throw a left field one because obviously Nico Hulkenberg, Lando Norris is Lando Norris obviously the race, but I'm gonna give it to Nico Hulkenberg.
You giving it to Hulkenberg?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving it to Hulkenberg. It's nothing amazing, and obviously we're judging it as a weekend. I'm close to giving it to Lando for the race because the race was phenomenal. Like Lando, best performance in a race this season, personally.
I'm giving it Lando.
But Hulkenberg's had a fantastic weekend.
He has, yeah. He has.
You know, he got screwed over by the strategy. Would have scored points if not. So, I got to give it to Hulkenberg.
No, yeah, fair play.
As a weekend.
Yeah, fair play. Worst.
Well, this is team or driver, so
It's Magnussen.
Yeah. I'm close.
No, you expect Sargent to have a shit weekend.
No, I'm not. I wasn't going to say Sargent. I was close to giving it to Aston Martin because they were way off the pace.
It's Magnussen.
They were way off the pace, but I think
you can't overlook 50 seconds of penalties.
Magnussen has had a fucking stinker.
He's had a hooner.
Yeah, it's Magnussen. It's more reason to give driver of the weekend to Hulkenberg as well because he's fucking.
Yeah, it is.
Magnussen's done so shit.
It's Magnussen. It's Magnussen.
Makes...
I can't dwell on Magnussen. He pissed me off severely yesterday. He's not really pissed me off today, but just thinking about his little face is pissing me off.
He also, although obviously I do believe it was Logan Sargent's fault for the crash.
I do as well.
I think Magnussen maybe, if it was a less aggressive driver. If it was a less aggressive driver, maybe they back out of it, and it's Logan's fault, but maybe a more cautious driver backs out of it.
It's Magnussen.
But it's Magnussen.
It's Magnussen.
He's got so many penalties.
It's Magnussen.
Yeah, it's Magnussen.
Okay.
We're in agreement there.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Was that it? Have we only got them two? Is there not something else?
No, it's that.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw there was usually like 3 things.
No.
Oh, just me then.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.